And hello, hello. Back again. Guess who's back? Back again. Alright, what are we doing? What am I getting rid of? That. Get rid of that. And blacklist that. And that. That up. Whitelist. That. I don't think I increased that one. I did not increase. 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 Alright, so today we are working on building and setting up a tutorial, and part of that involves automating pig farming. So we're working on some piggies, and we'll get that done. Alright, right now I'm getting myself a power source. If I could spell. Wow. Grab that. This is in creative because that's where it's easier to put these things together, but we are going to kind of get it all put together so that way I can probably won't film it until tomorrow, but I'll tomorrow or Saturday, but I will at least want to get it all put together. And we'll do some energy extraction. Well, enter. There we go. Energy extraction cables. And pop that right off the top. That'll work. And then I'll need some energy cables. Take care of that. That. Packager. Well. Packager. There. Now I think I'm not sure a bonsai pot's going to fit there. Huh. Hadn't considered that, but a bonsai pot might not fit under there. What would be the best way to do that then? Alright, let's try this instead. We'll grab some chests and throw those in. Well, I'm going to need a new mouse. This one has stopped working today. It seems to not be clicking when I want it to be clicking. Not enough clickings. Alright, so if the power is going to go there, I'm going to need it here. Chest. Nope, still not going to work. I'll need a chest here. Is that going to break that chest? I wonder if one will do it. One might be enough. Let's see if we can power all this with just one this time. I normally use two, but one might be enough. I need some bonsai. Bonsai! And an extraction cable to that. To that. Get rid of that. Yeah, that looks good. We'll do that. Go there. Whitelist wood. And this one is going to blacklist wood. Oh no, wait. Blacklist wood. Get in this spot, thank you. And then we'll put a trashy. And now all the nasty stuff will go in there. We're going to need some mulch, and we're going to need we'll need a sapling. Let's do a gravel sapling. That should be just fine. Won't need that anymore. Mulch, gravel sapling. Now I get a new combustion. Put that there. Get energy extraction cable, put that there. Does that power? It looks like it has power, but oh, that's right. It doesn't use power until it needs it. Okay, well that's a little easier then. All right. Okay. So this is Thursday. I'm hoping everybody had a good Halloween. I did not do much. It was rather stormy here. I am in Tennessee, and we had a lot of rain and some thunderstorms, so I only had like 3 or 4 groups of kids come by the house, sadly, because I bought a lot of candy that I really wish I didn't have to hang on to. So we're going to be getting rid of a lot of that, probably at work. Probably the best place. I'll let my co-workers have it. All right, you. We are building some piggy pens. Okay. Come here. You. All right. Pig pen. And I need to wait. I should not have put those in. That was a mistake. Okay. So, put a hole. Fix that. Now I need some pigs. All right. Grab a grass block. You'll be fine. Put it there. Let's get some pig seeds to replace that. And we'll replace that with... yeah, I'm going to need that back, though. Darn it. Bone meal. Need a bunch of bone meal. We'll get rid of that for now. And we'll get our fence back. Fence. All right. Starts snowing. Ugh, that is way worse. We do not get crap for snow down here. Maybe a little tiny bit once in a while, but it is not common. We'll get 2 or 3 days of an inch or so of snow. Now that being said, of course, down here that means it's the end of the world. The world will literally come to a stop. It's the only place I've ever lived where they will literally close school because it's too cold. There can be no snow or ice or anything. And if there's coldness, it's too much for them to handle it. And literally the schools will fall apart. There's no... Oh, that's not where I wanted to go. There's no enough heat to handle it. Things will start to break. Come here, piggy. Get in there. And everything, the whole world comes to an end. Now, granted, I live in the mountains, so there will be situations where it, in fact, an inch of snow is really, really bad. You know, you're up in the hills and such, but it's not like that everywhere, even though a lot of people like to act like it is. All right. And how are you doing today? Webb, Mr. Webb. Christopher. Whereabouts are you? You say you're snowing in your area. Come on. Load. One more. Oh. I missed. Okay. Misaligned that. All right. And what was I doing? Packager. Now realign. So hard not to sing. Let's see. Something before here in Michigan. Oh yeah. Well, now that makes sense if you're in Michigan. I am originally from Southern Ontario, Canada. So where I grew up, there was lots of snow. But I live here now, and we don't get anything. Oh, that's not the wrong one. The right one. Now, again, that being said, I would take 6 feet of northern snow over a half an inch of Tennessee ice. When it ice storms here, in literally less than 30 minutes, there can be a half an inch to a full inch of ice, and then you can't move. I've taken 2 to 3 hours of driving a mile an hour just to get home on roads that are flat and straight. You're just everywhere. The worst one I ever saw was probably about 12 years ago. And I had to go almost 45 minutes out of my way to find a bridge that I could cross over because I lived across the river and all the bridges had frozen over. And traffic's just inching along, and there's a small hill, and an 18-wheeler had flipped on its side, gone down the small hill, and was literally sticking out 2 sides of a house. Just went right through. There were people just sitting there scratching their head. Luckily, no one was hurt, but yeah, it was crazy. Ice here is rough, and that'll happen once every couple of years. That was the worst one I personally had to deal with. It was not fun at all. Are we getting enough wood to power that? concerned one's not going to be enough. Did I turn that up? Oh, I did. How much wood is building? Oh, it's getting wood, so it's got more than it can use. Oh, I didn't put modifiers in. That's why. I forgot. That would make way more sense when I'm not getting power. Oh, I didn't get enough modifiers either. But yes, I've not been to Michigan. See, last time I went to Canada was 2008, so that's the last time I've been that far north. Alright, modifier. There we go. That'll power it up. That'll be much better. Okay, where was I? Oh yes, making piggies. So that one's going into there. And sounds like a mix of rain and snow melting then flash freezing. And it really is. It comes down as frozen rain. Like there'll be no snow at all on the ground. Completely clear, start to mist rain, and it's literally freezing as it hits the ground. Almost in the air. Like it'll come down sometimes as a bit of ice itself, but literally the second it hits the ground, it just completely ices. That same morning I was talking about, I worked third shift, so it kicked in about 30 minutes before I left work, so about 6:30 in the morning. I left at 7. As I was walking out to my car, literally saw this woman that I worked with just down the way come down 2 steps, right up in the air, 3 or 4 feet. She landed hard. Luckily, I was able to get her inside. She wasn't seriously hurt, but she'd like got a big rub on her back where she'd hit the concrete stairs on the way down. Alright, so I need more pigs. Alright, what kind of pig do we want? Let's grow one first. And we'll get a bucket. And I don't have a thorium one yet. We'll do that. So again, right now all I'm doing is I'm building an automated pig farm. From watching a couple other different people, I saw some different ways of doing it than what I was doing it. So I'm trying out this method to see if it's better. I did a video before where I just used a standard like a block breaker to get everything in an area, and then an item collector to just pick everything up remotely, which worked okay. But my concern there is that it can be slow, and it's hard to separate the different types of why am I drawing a blank? Truffles as they're coming in. So give me that rock. This should feasibly fix that. Right? Yes. Right? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to need let's do this. This will work. There. That's good. All right. So hopefully you had a good Halloween, or at least maybe an exciting Halloween or an interesting Halloween if you dressed up, partied, whatever you did. So didn't get a lot here, but it was fun. I had some kids. I didn't get to put out all my decorations. I got a bunch of lights that shine up on the walls and such, but it was too wet. I didn't want to run power cables across the yard, so I didn't get to put out much other than trash bag pumpkins and some basic stuff. I don't care if it gets damaged. And we'll get another pig going. Piggy. And let's see, what do I not have yet? I don't have an Ardite. We'll do one of those. Oh man, that's the problem I had with my mouse today. For some reason, I already got a quartz. I don't have a sapphire. That'll work. When I'm clicking, it's not clicking. What are you doing up there? That's not cool. Come here. Come here. No. Well, that works, but I need you to be out of the way so I can put blocks down. That's not going to work. Come here. I need you to move. Get out of the way. Now come here. There. Stay in there. Give me your truffles. I have a bad habit of I say something that makes me think of a song, so I'll whisper or hum or sing that single line, make a lot of references. I'm told not to do that on these type of videos, because if you do, you get demonetized or blocked or whatever it is. So trying to remember to keep music out of it is a challenge. I put out a video today showing the order to fight the bosses in the Twilight Forest. It was one of the ones I was working on last time I streamed, which turned out really well. I found the last thing I needed today and filmed that and got it out. And then this one is based on kind of the thing we talked about in the last stream with the little Inception comment or idea that we were working on. So I'm trying to do box in a box in a box to see how much I can. Oh, I never did get that Ardite one. Let me use him. Come here. To try to see exactly how many, how well I can get items to flow out of a single box. Because I'm not sure. Oh, what do I need for you? Soul sand. I'm not sure how well it's going to transfer out, because if you've got too many items coming out of one transfer pipe, the pipes aren't going to be able to keep up with it. So I want to see what I can do there, see how bad it's going to be bogging it down. So we'll see if it works. I've been working on this for a little while. I was playing around with it while we were waiting on kids to come by trick-or-treating. And of course I have way more candy than I need. Kit Kat. Not a sponsor of this video, Kit Kat, but they still taste good. Interesting question. Favorite candy bar? Chocolate bar, candy bar, whatever you call it. Does anybody have a preference? That was one of the things that was hard to get used to moving to the States. Some of my favorite candy bars or chocolate bars, they just don't make down here. And that made me sad. I like a Coffee Crisp, which is a delicious candy bar. But you can't get them here unless I ship them in, and to be honest with you, it's just not worth the cost. You go on Amazon to try to get a package of candy bars, it's like 20-30 bucks. See, never made the troubles. Instead, got near high in auto bonsai for Skypick 3, I believe. Anyways, how much better are pigs versus bonsais? Pigs are not as good as bonsais. Bonsais are by far drastically superior. But that being said, there are some pigs that exist that don't exist in sapling form. So some of this stuff, I mean, I still think it's better in almost any situation to do mystical farming, because the seeds are by far better. But there are some ores and such like thorium. I made a thorium pig here a second ago. There is no sapling for thorium. So it's pretty good. Butterfingers. Butterfingers a good one. That's one that I never had till I moved down here to the States. And I will agree it is mighty tasty. Back in the old country, if you will, the motherland. Coffee Crisp was my favorite. Caramilk, which is basically a Carmelo but in a different shape. And what's another good one? The Big Turk. That was a good... I liked that one. It wasn't quite as popular. Invar. See, here's another one. Invar is a pig that I can make, and there isn't an Invar sapling. So, so the hardest part is just figuring out how to get the pigs up and going. So this pig, and when you scroll over, it says no diggable block. It's stone, so they have to be on a stone block to do that type of truffle. And some have to be on clay, some have to be on mud, not clay, dirt, stone, netherrack, soul sand, and end stone are the most common things that they have to be on. Stone probably being the most common one. But like I said, it's helpful. I mean, especially said for some of the ores that you can't get a whole lot of any other way. Mystical farming is good if you have the time to set all that up, for sure. But even then, I think there might be a couple things that hogs make that aren't even available in that. All right, so that should be 6 different truffles going into there. Okay, so the way I'm setting this up, I have, well, a block miner, which breaks the block in front of it, which is the truffle. Breaks the truffle, it's pulled up here through the upper, which is an upside down hopper. Item extraction cable, transfers them into the packager. I have 6 in a row because a packager can do 6 different items. And then it's going to transfer it out here. Oh, well, that's the power. It's going to transfer it above, over here, and then it'll exit out through the top. Keep that in mind once I find a decent server. Yeah, pigs are good. Like I said, the only downside with it is to make the buckets themselves, for example, you almost always need some of the item that you're trying to make. So there's an osmium one. If I'm trying to make an osmium bucket, I'm going to need some osmium to make that. So you're still going to have to go out and mine some to get something. Oh, all right. Okay. Oh, I just realized I filled that. Okay, so there's 12 pigs. Let's get this loading out so we can see whether or not this is going to bog down the system. And I'm going to put that here. And I'm going to have it going up. And then I need one more of those. All right, so everything should be feeding out of this now. Let's go and check it. So again, we're doing Minecraft Inception. A box in a box in a box. So all of those pigs are in here. Well, and their truffles should be coming up and feeding out through that tube there. And in this one, I have 5 other boxes. And when we go inside that, each one of these is doing a different type of essence farming. So I'm getting all of the different types of essence except for Insanium. So those 5 are coming into this box, and then these 3 are feeding out into the regular world. As we did the last stream, we saw you could do box in a box in a box. I just want to see how well the items flow out, or if it becomes too much for the system. Because cables can only transfer so many items at once, of course. Oh no, I'm afraid the game may have crashed. I've got a not responding, so we'll have to wait and see. Let's see. Potato chips. Now that's another thing I miss. There are some flavors of potato chips that are much more popular in Canada than down here. They finally started putting out the all-dressed chips. Now, you being in Michigan, you might see some of those up there since you're relatively close to Canada anyways, but all-dressed and ketchup chips are probably my favorite flavors, and you can't get a good ketchup chip down here for nothing. Oh, it's still not responding. Darn it. I apologize. I may have to reboot the game. Let's wait and see if it ever catches up. All dressed. Yeah, all dressing's good stuff. I actually just had some of those earlier this week. I don't get to eat potato chips very often, so I don't eat much potatoes or deep fried foods anymore. But it's too high in carbs is the main thing. But once in a while, treat. Yeah, Ruffles. Yeah, the Ruffle all dressed. That's what they put up down here, and they're not quite as potent. So, like your services are the best. All the fools out there, 30 minutes of roast drive me crazy. Well, thank you, Jacob. I appreciate that. Yeah, we kind of talked about that last time stream. That's kind of the main goal. I had the same problem. When I started playing, I hated waiting 30 minutes to an hour to find that 5 minutes in the middle that told me what I was looking to do. So I started making tutorials for people like me who didn't want to do that. So glad to hear that they've been helping you out. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm going to be doing a 12-hour stream, probably several different games, including Sky Factory, on Saturday. This upcoming Saturday, starting at 10 p.m., I'm going to stream for 12 hours straight. I'm going to be doing a charity stream to try to make money for the Extra Life charity. So it goes to the children's schools. So we'll be on a long time. If you don't get a chance to swing by tonight, swing by then too. I'd love to have as many people swing by. Even if you can't donate, if you can, share the post, put it out in your socials, get some people swinging by. I'd like to do as much as I can to try to help the charity out. So kind of a fun thing to get to participate in this year. Alright, so the game is totally not working right now. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to reboot. So that may be a few minutes of our life waiting for that to happen. Let's see. Probably, I'm not sure if it's the same with everybody's computer, but it annoys me just how long it takes the game to load. I mean, I use the Twitch launcher, of course, but it just takes so long for the thing to load. Yeah, it's not working. We're going to have to try to kill it. Okay. I apologize. Technical difficulties. So maybe about 5 or 10 minutes before we get back into the game. But I'll still hang out. Chat and such. Yeah, so this video is probably going to be the one I put out Sunday. I have another idea for one I might do Sunday. Enough RAM on the Twitch launcher. I'm not sure, to be honest. Oddly enough, I like this type of stuff. Not super knowledgeable on the PC side of things. Like, I can use a PC, but I mean the technical getting in and fixing all that stuff. I have a friend who helps me out with a lot of it. He swung by in the last stream, Illustriel. He's my PC guy. He fixes anything I break, which is not uncommon to happen regularly. But I'm not sure if I've allocated enough RAM on the Twitch launcher because I'm not sure how to do that, to be honest with you. I can build a mean pig farm. Not so much with that kind of stuff. I'll have to look into seeing how I need to fix that because that does happen occasionally where it gets bogged down, especially if I'm jumping through portals from the portal gun, or that happened the last time I streamed, or if I'm doing like I was there, going in and out of loading to the different zones or inside of compact machines. That's when I kind of see it bogged down the most. So definitely, if that's something that would help, I'm going to need to do it. All right, so let's get the game rebooting back up again. Hello there, Slendy. I saw you chat in there as well. Welcome to the stream. Like I said, this is only my second one, but I'm going to start doing this regularly, at least once a week, probably Monday nights. And then I'm going to try to do some on Thursdays as well. Sunday is normally the day when I dedicate to spending some time with the wife and then actually filming a lot of the tutorials, although I did get one done earlier today, the one that I put out. But I'm going to try to stream at least one day a week, maybe two if I can. I work 10-hour shifts, so on the days that I work, I usually get home. I got an hour and a half before I'm in bed, just time to eat and jump in, so don't have a lot of time to stream there. But I'm going to definitely do it more, so keep an eye on the channel, swing by when you can. I'd love to have it. Compact, do they render their content if they are in a single chunk real world, or do you need to be inside for it to render? You can right-click on the box with an empty hand, and it will show you what's going on inside. So it is actively working. It does, from everything I've seen, cut down on lag. So when I had a pretty big farm on my own survival world, and when I tore that apart and put all the farming inside of a compact machine, it definitely cut down on the amount of lag that I had. So I do recommend doing that for any process, which is kind of what we're working on today, just to see how much I can get in a box and get to flow out of a box. Because again, with the different cables and such and the way they transfer in and out of the box, it can only do so much. So if inside the box I'm producing more material than can effectively flow out into the world that I'm in, I do have some concerns that that may not work out. So trying to find the limitations on that with the build I'm doing right now. Try to get an idea or feel for it anyways. But let's see, come back. The render of the content in a single chunk real world. So yeah, because you can see what's going on inside. It's actively working, but it is not. There's no actual visual effects. So that what I find helps. Since there's no actual visual effects, the system's not having to render that all the time. Ticket rating is slower. Maybe it's just me. Yes, I believe. Well, the tick rate can be. It's going to kind of depend on exactly how you've got it built up inside. I know that. I mean, anytime I'm using any type of cables, like item cables or anything of that nature, putting it up to the max, I know that it really slows things down if you are trying to run power in and items out, or vice versa. So that's why inside every compact machine I have a self-contained power system. That's why I like to use the combustion generators over like wireless or trying to transfer power from my big fusion generators or fission generators inside the box. That's too much, I find, for the box to do, especially if I have a lot of output. So I pick all my powers inside. Let's see here. You want to increase RAM, mods, Minecraft. Click Sky Factory 4, settings, small gear, profile options, unclick use system memory. All right, we can try that. Let's see. Increase mods. Okay, settings. That is really helpful. Yeah. Okay, so increase RAM. Click Sky Factory 4. Well, if it'll ever boot up here, I apologize. Come on, load up for me. Sky Factory 4, gear. So profile options. Unclick use system memory. Okay. And turn up desired RAM. Like, do I want to max that? I guess would be the question. Let's see. I guess we'll stick it in the middle and see how that works, because I'm not sure. Let's see. I was talking about piping power into it, but that is too. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Piping power in is fine because it's just I find it to be too much going in and out. So, like I said, a combustible generator with at least one stack of speed modifiers. So a stack of 64 of those will just burn through wood super fast. Connect that to a double chest with a couple hopping bonsais, saplings of your choice, and then filter it so that only your wood goes into the combustible or into the generator, and then the rest of it I have piping out the other side into a trash can. So I just trash it out there. So that usually is more than enough power to run anything that I've set in there. Let's see. Use max or like 2 gigs less. I like to set mine at 8 gigabytes as well. Awesome. Okay. Very cool. Excellent. Well, I cranked it up a good way, so we'll see. We'll see if that helps. It's loading faster. It seems, anyways. Hope everyone had a good Halloween. Some of you just jumped in here, so hopefully you had some spooks. Like I said, we did giving out candy to kids, but we only had like 3 groups of kids come by because it's been all rainy and slammy here. It's been kind of nasty out. But it was fun, you know, giving it out to the kids. I got to put out some of my decorations. Okay, so like candy. I don't know if you can see this in the camera here. I'm going to get up a little bit higher. That is a bucket that's basically still full of candy. That is a lot of candy. This is half of the candy that I bought. I definitely over-purchased. And I don't eat that much candy. I just can't eat that much candy anymore. So I think a lot of that's going to go in a big bowl on my desk at work for my coworkers to jump into, because I'm just not going to be able to shove all that in. Streaming software and likely other software. No, and I agree with that too. That's why I put it about halfway, or halfway up the thing there. I just kind of give it that to watch. And I'm watching the other stuff to see if I'm getting any lag or latency there. If anybody sees any serious lags start popping in from the change we've made, please let me know and I will make adjustments. But there's always a little bit of lag, because again, my PC is by far not the best PC. It was what I could afford to get when my last one took a huge dump out of nowhere, and so I just had to get what I could afford at the time. Definitely hoping to build one here in the next year, get something much, much better. Save RAM for that. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna save RAM. I'm watching kind of everything here. Luckily, I do have dual monitors. Oddly enough, I have dual monitors. I have a third monitor up top that is connected to a separate PC, which was an old desktop PC I have, and it's an old PC. It can't even play Minecraft. It doesn't even have that capability. But it is the one computer that I still have Microsoft Office on, because I didn't get that on the new one. So I use that to hook to my printer if I need to do anything. And sometimes I'll throw that third one up to be able to watch the stream to kind of see how well other people are doing it. But I've got a laptop I need to get a new battery for, and if I can snag that, I may set it on the desk here next to me so I have a fourth monitor. So I have the stream up going, chat on one, streaming here, and then the game in front of me. At least until I can afford to get something better. If I have to, I can borrow my wife's laptop for a little while. She doesn't use it that much. She is not a gamer. She does it mostly for just watching stuff. Shows and things. Netflix, stuff like that. It is 9:44 p.m. here, and it is taking a long time for this game to load. I'm Eastern Standard. Again, I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee, for those of you who weren't here earlier. So I'm on the East Coast. And again, this upcoming Saturday, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be starting a 12-hour charity stream, trying to get donations and make money for the Extra Life. I'm on the Rooster Teeth team, so any donation that comes here counts towards Rooster Teeth's total. That's the same day that most of the community, Rooster Teeth community, is doing that this upcoming weekend. I have to work that day, so I can't start till later that evening. But I'm going to do a 12-hour stream. I'm going to stay up all night. And, like I said, we'll definitely do some Minecraft. May do some Jackbox with people who want to play along. I've got the first 5 Jackboxes. I haven't got the newest one yet. I may look into picking that up. And then, maybe some 7 Days to Die, different games, see what pops up. And just kind of hang out, see if we can raise some money for some kids, for the hospitals and such. I've been wanting to participate in it for a while. Where was I? I was in tutorial. Okay. Load. If you guys want to swing by, and guys or ladies, you want to swing by, even if you can't donate, it'd be awesome if you just came by and hung out, or maybe share the stream up on your socials, let people know we're doing it, see if we can get anybody in by. It'd be really cool to have as many people as possible. But I think it should be fun. It's definitely something I've wanted to do for a while, and I'm hoping next year to do a much bigger thing. So I've got beginning of the year I can schedule my time off. If I can figure out approximately when they're going to do it, I can go ahead and schedule it ahead of time. Because like I said, this was kind of a last minute me jumping in. And then also next year, at least in my area, there's a big convention in town called Fanboy Expo. They run usually June or July. I'm thinking about maybe getting a booth at the convention for all this stuff to kind of hang out, reach out, see some of the community and stuff. There's a lot of people that from the Rooster Teeth community, and there's a lot of people from even follow my videos and such that are from this area. So it'd be kind of cool to be able to reach out and see everybody. I've got a friend of mine who does all my art. She did my emojis and stuff, all the things that you get if you become a member of the channel, the membership thing I turned on this week. Still trying to figure all that out. But she made all the cool little emojis and symbols that go next to your name. So I'm kind of excited to see how that all works. She's a really talented artist. Her name's Shadowcast, and she's got a YouTube channel. She does all my art stuff for me. She's a good friend of mine. It's still building. It's putting it together, so we'll see if this is going. I apologize for the time that it takes. Anybody dress up for Halloween? If so, what did you dress as? I'd be interesting to know. I got a t-shirt. You can't see it? I'll show it here. I just got this clown t-shirt. Snagged it in a Walmart for like $6. So I really didn't. I knew I was going to be dressing up this year, so I thought I'd get something kind of themed. Plus, it's something I can wear year-round. Luckily, I do not have a very strict dress code at my company, so I'm good there. Well, it's still loading, and now I'm getting it not responding. So it's loading, and then it's not loading, then it's loading, and it's not loading. I've been on the PC all day. I may need to adjust it. Oh, yeah, the screen will adjust as soon as it goes. It won't let me adjust it until the game actually kicks in, but here in a second it'll get bigger. Yeah, I'll definitely adjust it once it responds again. I keep getting the not responding, and then it loads up some more, and then it does not responding. So I'm concerned I may have too much stuff going. Let's see. What is something I can... Making sure I don't have any extra programs open I don't need right now. Nope, that's good. Okay, there we go. Let's pop that up. Ha! And of course my mouse is starting to go dead. Plug that in. Alright. Well, at least it's starting to pop up here. As soon as my mouse kicks back in, I have a wireless mouse, but I've been using all day. I didn't even think to charge it before I jumped in. Clearly, I am not a professional streamer. So, we will... I promise it'll get better, though. I promise it'll get better. Alright. Turn that on. Plug that up. Alright. That'll kick here in a second. Still have... I almost wore my old costume, but I did not. Software can be a bit finicky. Yeah, it's being silly today, so we'll see what we got. Hey! And we're slowly backing into the game. Well, I think it is. Still loading everything in for the first time. Okay, back to game. Just thinking about it. There we go. Now we're getting going. Now, of course, every time I leave this thing, it's going to slow down as it loads the new world again. It's one reason I tried to boot that up before I came on, so you guys wouldn't have to deal with that. But it's still sticking. There we go. Come on. Load up. You know, doing a full 360 and getting everything in view seems to help speed it up and get it all loaded. Okay. So now... let's try exiting out of here and see if it crashes on us again. Alright. Box number 2 successful. We'll give it a second before we jump out this time. I may have went a little bit too quick last time. I know it's still loading up everything. Let's try number 3. This is where it got us last time. So we'll see. If it does, like I said, I'm definitely going to make some adjustments before I do the stream on Saturday. I definitely don't want this to happen while we're trying to get everything going on the stream. I'm going to test a couple of the other games as well. 7 Days to Die, if anybody played that. Very fun game. Awesome zombie survival game. Thought about starting one of those up and just cranking it up to the hardest difficulties to see how long we could survive. Thought that might be a fun little challenge. All right, so here we are in tutorial world. That's our box. Basically, what we're looking here is, again, everything we're doing is all inside this one compact machine. And as I mentioned earlier, when you right-click on it, well, it's still loading everything. When you right-click on it with an empty hand, you can see what's inside of there. So if I right-click on it, it will show me what's inside of that box. That's the only time that it ever visually generates. So the rest of the time, there's no actual visual effect. So that's what I believe helps with the lag. Right now, it's just still trying to load everything up. So all my inferium is coming in. Good. Now, are there any truffles? All right, so none of the truffles are coming out yet. Because if they would, they're going to get stuck there. Because are they in here? No. Oh no, they'd be coming out of the. I have them coming out of the same one. They're all going to be coming into this box if they do. Okay, so none of the truffles are coming out yet. Why is that? Let's see if we can find out. Let's go back inside the box and wait 3 minutes for it to load again. I think that if I can get this to work and I can maintain the flow coming in and out, it's going to be a great way to take multiple processes, the kind of things like hogs or mystical farming, things that you can automate, set there, and never have to come back to. Once you've got them set up and running, you can just leave them alone without having to have any problems. I may not have replaced that pipe into the tunnel. That is very correct. I may not have done that. And because I think it may have broken. You are 100% correct. Thank you very much. See, it's a team effort. Just make sure I've got it going up. I do. All right, now they should be going out. So we'll check, and if so, I'll come back in and build some more piggies. Actually, I'm not sure if I need more. Again, this is more of a tutorial just to show, so I don't have to fill the whole room. I just want to make sure I got the process going. But I do want to kind of test its limits at the same time. Not sure what I'm going to do in the third one yet. I may do mystical farming. Again, some type of automated process I can leave there to just let it run. Because it'd be great if I could fill that entire room with compact machines all feeding out. And I'm assuming that eventually it's going to be too much to come out of the one item extraction cable. That's why I have the second one on top. So eventually I may have to have stuff coming out of the different sides of this box in order to maintain a steady flow of items. Alright, so all the other items that I were doing are working. I don't have any folders for these yet, so that's why they're not going into the inventory. Awesome, well that's still working though. Okay, so they seem to be flowing out okay. Now I need to grab all those just so I can make folders for them, because I want to make sure that it's all going to empty out of that box at the right time. So we'll do that. And what was I making? Osmium amber. I'm not sure why I would do that, but I have some. Come here. Your folder. And that is not something I made. Oh, a truffle came out. That's not good. I got to figure out why that is. I don't want any truffles coming out. The way I'm trying to set it up so that that does not specifically happen. Everything should be just automatically feeding out as a finished product. I may have just pushed something through by accident, though. What else have I got? I got ender pearls. So we'll grab one of those. That's a folder. Let go. Thank you. I got a coal. Let go. Oh, need a folder. All right. So let's go ahead and put some of these away. I don't need any of that. The one thing about being in creative instead of survival, it just makes it hard to access your full inventory when you want to, because it takes you into the creative menu instead. It's still possible, it's just way more steps. You. I should empty all those out. Oh yeah, I love the full. I prefer simple storage by far. I know that ME storage definitely has perks and such of it, but like I said, I talked about this last time we all played here. It's like when I get a simple storage up and running and I get all my folders and such, there's just no need for me to move all that into an ME. there's so much stuff going on, it's just silly to waste that much effort. Alright, so that should have pulled all those out. Okay, what is not pulling out? So Oh, I know why. When you put new items, you gotta whitelist them. Now they should all go out. This is a bit of a frustration because whitelisted everything, clear that out, and everything should come through at this point. But it doesn't. It's like you just have to have the perfect... Let's try it this way. Blacklist, get rid of that. Now is everything going out? There we go. I was doing it backwards. Okay. So now everything's going in there. That should take care of all of it. Good, there's no truffles building up. That's what I was concerned. There might have been just a couple truffles in the pipe from where I was building it. I just wanted to make sure that no other truffles came in, and they would have by now, so that's good. Alright, so the pigs are feeding out. Everything is feeding into this chest. I'm using 3 speed and 1 stack upgrades, so that way they're faster, and it does larger stacks at a time. That drastically fills up the speed that those exit out of this chest. And nothing seems to be bogging down at this point. Cool. Alright, so let's hop. Well, let's get rid of this. I don't need that. I don't need the bone meal. Alright, so what are we going to work on next? So we need something else to go into that third one. I could do mystical agriculture, but I kind of want something that looked really different. It's just blank at this point. What else do I have that I automate? I've already got obsidian, so I don't need to do that. I guess I could automate lava, but I don't like pumping lava into the folders. I just don't find it as useful. Salt blocks. Saplings. I could make one just for saplings. That would make sense, and that would be a high product. That would be a definite high product. That's a good idea. Let's do saplings. Alright. This is going to be fast, so we're going to need chests. Lots of chests. Okay. Insanium coal for insanium. Yes. Very fast power. Alright. I need a chest builder. You. Because unfortunately, the large chests are the one thing you can't just build in creative. So I'm going to need clay. Well, I'm going to need a stack of clay. I'm going to need a stack of fences. I'm going to need a stack of iron ingots. And I'm going to need a stack of chests. That will make me a big old chest. Okay, so you. Max rows, max columns. I always do 222 because that's the blue color I like the most. Don't need that now. We'll hang on to it though. Now I've got some chests. So let's do this. So if I want to pipe it, I'm going to need to leave at least 1 space behind. And we'll do that. Let's leave a little space on the ends to make sure we've got room to pipe stuff. And then those, we're going to need at least 2 there to do cables to the back of that. Oh, wait. Yeah, we'll do it this way. No, this one. Okay, and then skip 2. I should put 1 behind it. Okay. Oops. Did I go too far? Alright, so that looks good. So now I'll need some bonsai. Let's fill those up. And the bats keep spawning. I don't know if it's because it's Halloween, but they are definitely spawning more today. In every box that I've created, there's been a bat flying around. Also, there is, if you check out the video I posted today, there's one part where I'm fighting the Lich in the Twilight Forest, and he starts throwing zombies down at me. And the zombies have cool pumpkin heads and wings, and when you kill them, their spirit goes up. I've never seen that before today, so it's got to be something new for the holiday. They do stuff like that. Like right now, if you kill mobs, it drops lollipops that have different status effects. based on the color, which is kind of cool. I like when they do a little holiday stuff like that. When I was doing my Sky Factory 3 videos very early on, a lot of them you'll see my characters wearing a Santa hat because that just automatically spawned on me occasionally. Plus Sky Factory 3 would sometimes give you the googly eyes, which personally I like that. Now I'm going to have to change some of these mulches to different types of material for different saplings. I'm not sure I'm going to use them all, but we're going to test. I want to see how well it does. So, item extraction cables. Let's see if we can break the system. Didn't click on it. Item. They did that to the zombie pigment. So did they? Okay. Yeah, I have not been to the Nether at all today. I just for the first half of the day, my wife had a doctor's appointment this morning, and then we went to go get groceries, and then for some reason my bank decided not to give me my paycheck today. They're holding it till tomorrow. Technically my payday is Friday, but it usually kicks in Thursday mornings, so it's probably kicked in by now, but that affected our ability to go get groceries. So we just picked up a few necessities until tomorrow, because I wanted some more Halloween candy, because I was hoping we'd have a bunch of kids, which we did not. So we ended up just doing that, grabbing a lunch out, got some Chinese food at the Panda Express, which again, not something I get to eat very often, so it was a nice treat. Alright, so those are good. I want to try to feed these all going out of one item. It's going to be hard to feed them all through one cable, but I think that's going to be the best idea. Because I'm trying to see if I can break the system, if I can get things to back up. If they are, then I know what the limitations are. So I'm trying to overload it if I can. But at the same time, I want to at least have it working enough that I can tell. So, right off the bat, we need to crank these up. Right. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Now I do have an idea that I'm gonna filter out and get rid of like the wood and the sticks, because even on my own farms, on my world, those just become redundant at some point. You don't need all of those. They just fill up space. So I'm going to probably filter those all into a trash can and then just run out everything else that's kind of custom. The acorns, the amber, any items it makes. Probably the leaves too. I'll keep the leaves. Saplings for sure. I like to keep on those. Alright. I know this is probably not the most exciting stream you've ever seen, me just sitting here cranking everything to over 9,000. Insert witty reference. But I think it's going to be cool. I'd like to get this up and going. Worst case scenario, you feed 2 cables into a chest and then it feeds into the tunnel. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I could do that. Same as, I could always have the items coming out different sides of the boxes coming up top, so I can feed more out at once. But again, I figure I'm going to have to do that eventually. Eventually, one set of item extraction is not going to be enough to pump everything coming out of all of them. So if that's the case, then I'll have them coming out of the compact machine. But still, if I had a compact machine where there's something coming out of, 6 sides, all 6 sides of it, in order to get everything pumped out the direction I need it, I'm fine with that. It may be one ugly box, but then how many different processes am I going to be able to stick in there where I'm not going to have to look at them anymore? Especially the stuff that's fully automated. It's just going to get it out of the way. It's not going to lag the game out anymore. It's just going to get rid of it. Okay, so I don't need that. We're going to, I think we'll run it out this side. So let's grab ourselves a tunnel. I'm going to try putting it all through one first, just to see. And let's stick it up here. We'll have it going up. And then I did want to filter out the trash. So let's see. In theory, all of that should feed out the end. And if we put, I think we're going to put a buffer chest here. item extraction cable coming off the side. That will be our trash can. And we'll do the same thing here. This one will probably get its own trash can, but yeah. So there's that one. This one's going to feed out here. Well, there. Another buffer chest. And buffer chest. There. Just going to try to... I want to pump all the trash out, so I'm going to use probably more trash cans than I really need, but I'd rather make sure that everything is filtering out the way I want it to. You, and then you're coming out here to another buffer chest, and item extraction to there. Okay, so that one needs to be 9,000. That one needs to be 9,000. Well, not 9,000, you know what I mean. Max. 64, 64, 64. Let's grab some filter. Where's my wood? Wood. And sticks. We'll get rid of those. So that is going to whitelist. Stick and wood. Give me that back. Come here. Come here. And then this one, which is going to exit out, is going to blacklist wood and sticks. 64. I did whitelist that, yeah. Okay. Set that up the same way. That one's going to be a whitelist. And that is going to be blacklist wood and stick. And again, wood, stick, white. Oh no, that one's blacklist. Did I change that to? Yeah, okay. Making sure I'm not forgetting myself here. And then this one will be whitelist. That and that. Drop. And then your whitelist again. And your blacklist. Alright. So we got those all put together. Now I just need to feed it up. You. Let's get rid of that. That. Okay. So, I think that, well, let's see if that speeds it up a little bit. Probably not, but we'll just leave it there. All right, so let's clean out that stuff, and we'll grab some saplings. Oh, it did it again. Sometimes when you go into creative, it doesn't give you all the saplings, all the ambers, and all the acorns. And so the only thing I can do is back out to the title and load back in again, and then they'll all be there. It is overwhelmingly irritating, and it's random. I may go into this 5 times and then it not happen, and then the 6th time it does. And it just slows work down. Wow, I appreciate everybody watching and hanging out today. And the likes and such as well. I really do appreciate that. I got a little scared earlier this week. There was a thing happened where everybody lost subscribers. For some reason, today's Thursday. So Tuesday, all of a sudden I lost like 16 subscribers in like 1 second. And I was on all the different forums and stuff on Reddit, and they're saying that sometimes, they'll go in and YouTube will delete old spam accounts or dead accounts, and people will lose subscribers. So I'm like, well, that sucks, but okay, it happens. And then like the next day, right as I'm ready to go to bed, all of them came back. Turned out there was a glitch, and it wasn't showing any of the subscribers that anybody got on Tuesday. So hard stop for a moment there. I'd only lost, like I said, 14 or 15 of them, but I don't have that huge of a channel. That's a lot of people. I was like, what did I do? Please don't flee. I'm like, everybody left. What did I do? All right, so that is all feeding out of there now. Let's see if we have saplings this time. We do. Like I said, they're all back. Okay. So we'll start with a cotton sapling, a dirt sapling. Look at all these advancements I'm getting. I am just the bomb. All right, and we'll stop at gold. So let's go there. There's you. Load view, load. And again, I'm using all different saplings because I want the multiple stacks of different things to come out. I don't want to do just all the same one because that won't bog it down as much. I want all of the different saplings producing as much as possible. I'm just going to do one of each. If I have more chests than I need there, then that's fine for now. Alright, so where was I? So there's lapis, redstone, doot. I also put in the blue mulch because that's by far the best mulch. $10 to a man with only 50 is a fortune. Very true. I really wish I had $50. But yes, you know, it's said I put quite a bit of time into the channel. I don't really do it for a money making thing. It's cool to be able to help people. Like I get messages from people all the time saying, "Wow, it's so helpful." And that's why I started doing it. I mean, money comes to it. I'm not going to turn it down. I'm not an idiot, but it wasn't why I started. You know, I started doing it because I was like, wow, I hate looking through tutorials for hours and hours to try to find the stuff I need, so I'll try to make it easier for other people as I come across stuff. And then it became kind of a challenge. It's like, okay, well, what else can I come up with that I can't find a tutorial somebody else has already done yet? You know, it's like, okay, everybody has one for this, everybody has one for this. How can I make that one better? How can I fix that process? Like with the hogs thing I was doing a moment ago. What's that? When is this one? That's tin. Okay, tin. So that's the tin. Okay. So the hog thing, like I said, the original hog thing that I came up with, a lot of people were like, "Hey, I do it this way," and I saw some of them different Let's Plays where they were doing it as well. So I'm like, okay, well, there's a lot of different ways to do this. How can I combine these to streamline processes? Because I like coming up with the automation. If I can come up with a new way to do something, that's fun. Okay, so cobalt, stop. Cobalt, ardite, osmium, and prosperity. Okay, so that's the last of the regular saplings. So now we need special saplings. Sapling, what do we got? Blue slime, purple slime, orange slime, rainbow oak sapling. We'll stick with that. Okay, so we'll do a rainbow oak real quick. Get that in there. And I think it's, what is it? Some type of, what's the slime dirt called that you put that in again? Slimy magma mud. There it is. No, let you jump higher. Is that the stuff? Oh no, here it is. Slimy dirt. Magma is the best. We'll do that. Okay, so. Oh wow, I just planted a tree I didn't mean to plant. Oh, I just left clicked and froze the world. Please don't break on me again. Thank you. Okay, I'll sacrifice that. Bonsai. Oh, awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate that for the subscription there. I always get startled when that happens. I forgot I have those turned on. All right. But thank you very much. I appreciate the sub there. All right. Where was I? Bonsais. Let's grab that. Go up in there. That's probably what lagged me out. All right. Slime. Slime. Go in the slime. Ew. All right. You should plant now. That is glitchy. Oh, I put one up top. That's why. Okay. My bad. Break that. Now that I've got so much stuff going on in here, it is starting to bog down. I'm seeing a little bit of lag here, so we're going to try and get this done so we can get out of here. And leave this box behind us. And there's the last one. Okay, so that's one of all the primary saplings. Let's see how bad that's bogging into here. Oh. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Well, I'd say a lot. Okay. Well, that's not piping out of there as quickly as one would have hoped. Let's go topside and see what that looks like. I bet that's bogging out of there. Okay, so clearly the saplings are going to be too much. Well, it's a good test. Good test to know that. Interesting thought. This just crossed my mind. If I put my simple storage filing cabinets inside of a compact machine and then put the computer on the outside, could I feasibly have the simple storage itself in here so I don't have to feed all the items out of the last chest? Yeah, I believe it is. We'll check to be sure. There's a Supremium Essence there. Let's check that one. Yeah, that's at 64. Nothing blacklisted. I'm going to go topside and see if the chest out there is backing up. But if it's feasibly possible to put all of the filing cabinets in here and still be able to access the items through extraction cables through the compact machine, the amount of space that would store would be horrendous. That's a whole nother test. I'm going to have to do that next because I would love to see if that works. You can put your entire thing in there, and then that's you can put all of your saplings feeding directly into your filing cabinets. You wouldn't have to pipe them out. So you'd just be connecting it. You'd be pulling out the items as you need them, just like you would on the overworld, if the items will transfer in and out of a compact machine. And unfortunately, like earlier, now that I'm trying to leave the game, it's bogging down and not responding. So it may crash on us again. We'll have to wait and see. I know I'm putting... Oh, no. Good stuff. Just lagged a bit. Nice. Okay. Wow, that'd be awesome. I'm going to have to try that here in just a second. Okay, so... Are the items bogging down in the chest here? Okay. Well, I realize I don't have filing cabinets for any of this yet. I wonder... This is just something else I was thinking of. I've never really crossed my mind. But is it possible that when I'm in the compact chest, since the overworld's not running, things aren't going out of it until I leave? Because you notice, as soon as I came out, this chest filled up. It's almost like everything was sitting ready to come out, and that might have been what caused the backup inside, because things couldn't leave while I was inside. I'm intrigued now that if I go back in, will the boxes be as full? We're going to test that. We're going to test that now before we mess with that second thing we were just looking at a second ago. Well, it would help if I clicked on the right box. Because, yeah, if a simple storage transfer pipe, I agree, will go in and out of the box, then we don't need that. All right, so I'm inside now. Did this clean out? It did. So part of the issue could be, and now that I'm out, maybe the connection is made. Maybe that's what it was. Because I'd never left, the first item never kind of went out, because now they're flowing out just fine. Well, they were. Oh no, that box is still bogging up. So we may back to the other thing. Items may not be leaving because I'm in here. Okay. Well, that itself would be perfectly fine with me, because the whole goal is to get it set up so I never have to come back in here to begin with. So if that works and I'm just sticking out here, of course that's going to fill up now because something's clogged the pipe. Oh, that's why. You. That should at least get rid of the essence. Okay. So I think that's going to be a bit of an issue. That's too much stuff coming out for it. I'm going to have to feed that out. So if that's the case, let's try the other thing we just talked about. Let's grab a compact machine. We'll grab a maximum compact. And let's just go in there and try it from here. And I'll need storage. There we go. You. We're going to put that right here, that right there, and we're going to use import there. We're going to feed that right out. Let me see here. Okay, that's not connecting. Okay, so that could be an issue. All right, if that's the case, then it's not going to connect. But it still may connect through a chest. We'll have to try it two different ways. All right, so we're going to do this one. And then over here, we'll just take a regular chest. Drop it down. And then we'll put the compact machine there, and we'll use an item extraction cable. Let's see, it won't connect until there's a connection made. And that's correct. That's probably true as well. So I'm just going to set up both here just to be on the safe side. You're correct. Yeah, with the tunnel, unless that connection is probably has nothing to physically connect with. Okay, so let's jump inside and see how that works then. So we'll jump in here. First time it's loading. See if we have a bat. Yep. Every time today there's a bat in here. Okay, it's got to be a Halloween thing. All right, so we're going to need some filing cabinets, some files. I'm not going to need the craft, so right off the bat, let's put a couple of these. That. And we're going to do, I'm going to need a crafting table. Crafting table, please. That'll work. The reason I need a crafting table is that I don't have my internal little crafting thing in Creative. It just, you don't have the ability to really do that as well. So I need a table to be able to make my file folders. So I'm going to need some bonsai. Let's grab a stack of those. Put those on top. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's enough to get the process started. And I'll need some mulch. Mulch. And we'll need some saplings. Okay, so let's choose ourselves 4 saplings. Who's first? We're going to do, well, I don't want to bacon. I want actual metal. I don't want a cookie. Let's do copper, lead, tin, and silver. Crafting table on a stick would work as well. Yes, it would. My problem is, since I'm cleaning out my bar so often, I keep deleting the stuff that I need. That is purely a failing on my part, of course. I understand that. All right, so let's go over here. We started with a silver. So I'm going to need some, what am I looking for? I'll need some silver amber. No, not amber, silver acorn. I need a silver acorn. Get rid of that for now. I'll need a silver resin. I'll need wood. Actually, I've already got wood and stick, I think. Yeah, I do. Okay. So I'm going to need a stick folder. I'm going to need a resin folder. And love that thing. Yes. It's awesome. Definitely. Like I said, I don't use it. Oh, what is there? Oh, that's a filing folder. I'm not sure what I did there. I don't use it that much, only because you can get the crafting upgrade, which changes your 4-slot crafting in your own inventory to a 3x3. If you just eat the crafting table upgrade, then you have a portable crafting table in your inventory at all times. It just, of course, like I said, doesn't work in this, unfortunately. So, let's see. So there's acorn. Oh, did I already take the acorn? Oh, I did. So stick. So wood's the one I need now. Okay. Wood. That. Okay. And I'm going to need leaves. That's the other thing I forgot. I don't want to bog anything down. Silver leaves. And silver sapling. Okay. And I'll need more file folders. File folders. Files, get a stack of those, because I'm not sure if I had any in my inventory. Okay, I already did. All right. Okay, so what's that one? That's just, I don't know what that is. That just got chunked. We'll get rid of that. So, item extract. Well, that wasn't smart. Okay. So, leaves, filing folder, and sapling, filing folder. Okay. So, there's all the folders I need for the silver one. Let's get those in there. So, that'll start building up an inventory. And this one was copper, so we'll do the same thing again. So I will need acorn, amber, sapling, leaves, and then I'm just going to need wood again and a stick. I should probably grab a stack of those. That'll make this easier. Wood. Stack of oak wood. Okay. Alright, so make another folder. That one. There's one. Steak. Folder on a steak. I'm a Jeff Dunham fan. Oh, well, that wasn't smart. What am I doing there? All right. Let go. You. One of those. Please let go. Yeah, my mouse button is sticking. I'm going to have to clean it out this weekend. And acorn. I know this is a little tedious, but I think it's going to be cool if it works. So we'll test it. That was copper. You. Done. Next was lead. So acorn, leaves, that, and that. So acorn, let go. Ah! Crafting station to leave the folders in place. Well, the problem is, unfortunately, when doing a lot of these folders, if you put the folder in first, even the crafting station, it won't make the folder. You actually have to put the folder in second for it to register you're putting it into a folder. Now, I'm not trying it in the crafting station specifically, but in any other place that I've tried it, you actually have to put the item in first or the folder does not recognize that you're trying to put it in the folder. Irritating step, but one of those things. Did I get rid of all my wooden sticks again? Well, darn it. That was not intended. Wood stick. Again. I'm gonna get a new mouse. I swear to God. All right. One of those, and I already got that folder. Got that. There's a number of that, and one more. You know, to be honest with you, I think I'm just going to do these 3 for now. I think that's enough to test whether this works. I just wanted to see if I could bog it down, so we'll worry about that last sapling later. All right. No. Storage. Where are you at? Storage link cables. Storage cables. And I'm going to need a tunnel. All right. So let's grab you. Nope. There. Store a tunnel there. And we want that going up. No, it wasn't up, was it? Darn it. I forget which direction I'm putting that. All right. We're going to step back out. I hope it doesn't die. I really don't want the game to crash so I can test this. All right. So it was coming out on... Well, get out of the way so I can see. The west side. Okay. West side. All right. So I need that on the west side. North, south, west. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to hope that connects. Like we said, we don't have the thing on the outside yet, so we don't know. Close that. We'll go out there and see if it connects. I need an import. Is it import or is it export? Yeah, it's import. Drawing a blank there. Okay. Ha ha ha. All right. Well. Beauty. That is awesome. I'm so excited by this. That's going to be a whole separate tutorial I'm going to do on just that, how to put your simple storage inside of a compact machine. That's actually one of the more common things that I get, especially on Reddit, asking for different things you can do in compact machines, different builds and different setups. That's amazing. That is going to be such a space saver. You can put your entire thing in there, and since you're only pulling 1 or 2 items out at a time, you don't have to mess with it. And then what I would do here is I would put an export cable to a chest so that items I don't have folders for will overflow. So say I go fighting or something like that, and I throw it in there. It'll just overflow into that thing until I have time to make more chests. That's what I normally do. I have an overflow, so it'll export into that. So, like, say I'm out running around and I pick, say I'm making something I don't normally make. I make a stack of chests. Let's just grab a stack of those. You know, and I just, okay, oh, okay, cool. I'll throw in here. I throw it all in. Then I know I need to take this chest here and flow it into something. No, I agree. Oh, 3 more days? I'm jealous. I'm supposed to work Saturday. Now I'm going to come back and do the stream. But if I can get off work early Saturday, because there's a chance I might, if I can get off work early Saturday, I may come home and put that tutorial out so I can do it Sunday. Because I try to put tutorials out on Sunday. I usually try to put 2 on Sunday, 1 on Monday, and 1 on Thursday. Since I'm making Monday my regular stream day, barring emergencies, that maybe I may switch that to a stream day instead of a tutorial day, and either put 2 out on Thursdays or just put out 3 a week. But I try to at least put 2 out on Sunday. That's kind of my best. That's the day that more people seem to be playing. Saturdays when everybody goes out and does their stuff. All right, well, this tutorial ended up becoming a whole nother tutorial, a whole nother video. This one I can finish up later because that's more work than I want to mess with right now. But this bad boy right here is going to be its own tutorial. I'll rebuild it a little bit because, you know, I put the patterns up here of the components we're doing. But yeah, no, moving your whole storage in there, especially if you've already got your storage and your folders made, you can literally just go and pick them up. I don't think that's going to work here. No. Yes, it does. It's just going to have all on there. Of course, you can just... That's awesome. You can literally just break your folder and go put it down inside. You don't even have to redo everything. You just throw it in your inventory. And then if you've got one of the... if you've got a backpack, which if you know what I'm talking about by the backpack, if you go to the chest builder and you make the incredibly large size backpack, you could probably put... What, I don't know. How many rows? It's 9... 12 by 24. I'm not smart. Somebody can figure that out. How many rows that is? And that's a lot of filing cabinets you could carry in one time and then just drop down and hook up with cables. And it'll never bog down because you're only pulling out technically a stack of items at a time or auto crafting into it. That is awesome. I am so glad that we came across that today. And thank everybody for helping with that. The ideas and reminding like the connecting has to connect with the tunnel. That was a good team build right there. But I think that's something that a lot of people are going to find really, really helpful. Because again, especially if you do like simple storage like I do, and I think like some of you do, over the ME, it's going to be a great way to keep it from taking up space, because that's its one biggest downside, is that all those filing cabinets can take up a lot of space. And now since your saplings and everything will be in there, that's less things to leg out your system or slow down your game. That's just less visuals to bog you down. It's all going to be self-contained. So that's awesome. All right. Good deal. Well, that was an awesome revelation, but I think I'm probably going to have to call that for a night, unfortunately. It is 10:30 Eastern here, and I do have to go to work in the morning. But, as I said, I'm going to be back here Saturday night, which is the 2nd, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be starting our 12-hour live stream all night long, and we'll jump in and do stuff like this, come up with some builds, work on some ideas. But like I said, I may jump into some other games as well. May throw some of the Jackbox games on, throw the codes out so some of you guys can play along. If you've never played any of the Jackbox stuff, it's a ton of fun, and you do not have to own the game to play along. Since I've got it, I put out the code. As long as you've got a phone or a tablet, you just put in the code. So what I will do is, I've seen other streamers do this. If we play Jackbox, I'll put up the room code on the screen, or I'll give you the first 3 of the 4 letters or numbers combination. And when you get that, whoever can figure out what that last one is first, that's how you get into the game. You know, and we'll try to be fair about it. If there's a lot of people who want to play, we'll say, you know, if you played one, please stay out in the next round and you can jump in the one after that, you know. It's one of the perks of the membership things of the channel that I put out. Since there's a members-only chat, anybody who's a member of the channel, I'll throw that code out 30 seconds early, give you a head start, so you got a better shot of getting in. I really couldn't think of much to put in for perks. I don't have that big of a channel. There's not that much stuff I have anybody who wants at this point. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, I think, to do that stuff. And like I said, more than anything else, just try to make some donations and get some attention for the children's hospitals. So it's a charity that's close to my heart, and definitely the Rooster Teeth folks, if you know them. I'm underneath the Rooster Teeth team, so any donation goes towards their total as well. So I'd love to have everybody come back by. Thank you everybody who's been here. Slender, Needy, Real Bastage, Obi-Wan for sliding in, Kat. I appreciate everybody who's come by and hung out today. But I think that at this point, I think we're going to call it a day. But I really do appreciate everybody watching. Oh, and thank you, Obi. I appreciate that. I'm glad to hear that tutorials helped. And that's why I kind of do this stuff. You know, just help out people as much as I can. And like I said, if you get other suggestions, come up with ideas for tutorials you'd like to see, or things like this, you're not sure if they'll work or how to throw them together, throw them down in the comments of this or on any of my other tutorials. As I get those comments, I have a notepad I keep them jotted down, and we'll jump into the stream this upcoming week and on Saturday, and maybe we'll see if we can figure out how to make some of those ideas work. So always looking for recommendations. But I'm going to call it a night. Again, thank you everyone for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. And we will see you Saturday night. Thanks everyone for hanging out today. Have a great day. Thanks to you, Kat. Have a great night.